Hello again. Yes, it's only about a day since I did the last one, but I still haven't figured out what day of the week I want to do these on. I would kind of like to set these to be once a week for about an hour. I have a feeling I'm just going to be doing these as inspiration hits, and one inspiration hit this morning because well, we won't be using the battle system for RPG Maker. It does also have an inventory system through the same interface. So what we'll go ahead and do is actually make use of items and inventory to keep track of the different orders that have been delivered and that the kitchen has completed. So to do that, we're going to make each of these 4 foods into items. So first we'll go up to the database. We will go to items, and there's some existing ones here. We're going to add quite a bit more. I'm going to bump this up to 32. And let's see what we got. Not quite the pictures I was looking for. Let's see if I can pick that up from somewhere else. Yeah, I'm not really sure where exactly it's pulling these pictures from. Let's see if we can find something that looks like bread, so that we can call it bread. So obviously we don't need, lightning strikes or people on fire. We're just looking for some bread. That looks more like a mushroom than oh, here we go. This looks very much like a piece of bread. And we shall call it bread. So that's the first item. Next up, we have chicken. So let's see if we have something that looks like chicken. Vegetables, meat. I'm not entirely sure what that is. Tomato. We should be able to find something that looks like chicken. Or at least chicken-like. I really have no idea what that is. Looks like some kind of rag. That'd be kind of creepy to eat, but if people want to eat that. Let's see. Fruits, fish. Well, it's some kind of meat. That looks more like chicken nuggets, but we'll go with it. Is that an onion? That is an onion. Okay, so we're going to go with this, which looks kind of like chicken nuggets. And I'm going to call this chicken. Actually, we'll go ahead and call it chicken nuggets. Nah, I'm just going to go ahead and say it's made from chicken. Here we go. Next up was pizza. If we can get a little triangle, that should be close enough. And that's a carrot. That's fish. Fruits, vegetables. That looks like a piece of cheese. That looks like a piece of wood. Let's see what else is here. Jewelry, shoes, capes, weapons, books, a skull. These are not the most appetizing things to be looking at right now. What looks vaguely like a pizza? One day I'll actually look at these things before I start going live with the stream, but today is not that day, so give me a minute while I try to figure out what vaguely looks like pizza. That looks more like a notebook than a pizza. I think we may just have to go with some kind of medallion. Pizzas sometimes have cheese on them, so I might go with that one. Cherries, peppers. Yeah, I'm going to go with the medallion looking thing for now, simply because I don't exactly have anything for pizza. And let's see. Kind of want something better though. This is the one small issue with RPG Maker. The default pictures and images don't tend to line up exactly. So you can have a representation of an item available in one type of image set, but not available in another. Or you'll have people's faces that are available, but their bodies aren't, or the other way around. The default offering has a few gaps. What is this? Okay, that's an orb on a stand. That looks like gold dust or something like it. Let's see, is there anything even just, triangular? How about generic triangles? Nope. Oddly enough, I have plenty of stuff for salad, but not too much for pizza right now. Oh, that's a ball of yarn. Okay, that makes more sense. Still not a pizza though. Apple, salt shaker. I guess that's a pile of lint. Cheese. There we go. We'll go with it. There we go. It's a cheese pizza. Finally, salad. We have lots of options for salad. I'm going to go with the first green fluffy thing I see. I'll go with that, and I shall name it salad. So those are the items that we have. What we're going to do is we're going to update these events. So instead of updating food count, we are going to let's see. I know there's an option here to change. Where is it? Change items. We're going to take bread, increase by 1. And we can remove this line here. So instead of increasing a generic count, we will now actually provide an item of bread whenever this is picked up. And we will do the same for chicken. We are going to grant chicken nuggets and remove the count. We're going to grant pizza, remove the count. And we're going to grant salad and remove the count. So it'll actually allow us to clean up our variables a bit as well. But the best part of this is when we go and take a look at it. So we're going to go straight to this guy over here, order up some bread. First customer appears. Order up some chicken strips. Order up some pizza. And order up a salad. Now, the value of that is, if we go here and look at our items, right now we have nothing. So if I go up here and I grab me some pizza and look at the items, I now have pizza. And as it says, it's a cheese pizza. Likewise, if I go here, grab me some chicken, we now have chicken nuggets. It's made from chicken. And bread, we now have a piece of bread. It's just some bread. And finally, we have ourselves some salad. It's green and leafy. So that allows us to keep track of what items we've collected, which dishes have been served. Of course, obviously, a single waitress can't carry, huge amounts of things, but, for the purposes of this game, she can go and order whatever, she can go and pick it up, and just magically holds it in her, infinite number of arms, apparently. So, right now she's carrying bread, pizza, chicken nuggets, and salad. It also allows us to use them or throw them out. So this actually gives us the option to use it. There's no real event tied to it at this point. So all it'll really do is just disappear on us. Oh, actually it won't do anything because it doesn't have an option there. Yeah, so we really can't do much of anything with it, but we do have it. We've got bread, pizza, salad, and chicken nuggets. I'm going to update these a little bit so we have some consistency with our terms. In other words, get rid of the period at the end. Change this to a comma. Save that. Good thing is you can't really do much with that. Let's see, we're going to change chicken strips again to chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets. So the cook is still doing his thing. He is still preparing the food, generating the triggers for the food becoming available, all that kind of stuff. He's still cool. The food now goes into the inventory system, and we still got this guy up here just kind of hanging out. Well, we're going to change this now. Where previously we were calling each of the customers in order, we're now going to do something a little bit more interesting. We're going to set, for one thing, we're going to clear all these. We don't need these to be food counts anymore, since we're using the inventory management system that's built in to keep track of it. Instead, we're going to create some random numbers. And what this will do for us is, depending on which number this gives us, we will then call a different customer. So customer, RNG, random value from 1 to 4. So what this changes to is, let me update this here. Yeah, so if customer 1 ready is off, we're going to add a branch in here. Is equal to 1 and move. There we go. This is a little bit more complicated, but we can get rid of the wait frames between these because we don't need that anymore. So if customer 1 is ready and he's the one that we want, or is not ready and he's the one that we want, actually let me change this up because that's kind of backwards. We're going to flip this whole thing around. So we're actually going to clear all these out so we can do this clean from the start. We're going to start with variable RNG customer. If it is customer 1, then we're going to see, is the customer available? Let's see, is the customer ready? Actually, if he's not ready, then we're going to call him. So if the customer we're looking at is the first customer, then we're going to actually, let me cancel it back out of this because this This is the conditional branch I want, but they're trying to remember where exactly to grab that from. Jump to label, event processing, loop, conditionals. Okay, we're just going to do this the way that I was doing it already. So first up, we're going to change RNG customer to a random value between 1 and 4. We're going to purge the rest of this stuff here. Now what we're going to do is, if the customer selected is customer 1, we're going to do something. What we're going to do is, if that customer is not ready, wait, that's a set. That's not an if. There we go. Let's clean that up again. If the customer is not ready, we're going to call him. So we set customer call to 1. Else, we're going to set customer order, and then we're going to set what the food is going to be. So customer order is a new one. Let's see. We're going to turn that on, meaning that we want the customer to order food. And then we're going to set a new variable, which is customer 1 food, which again is going to be a random value between 1 and 4. So what this does is we're going to turn on the switch saying that the customer has something they want to order. We're going to turn on the value of which food they're going to order. It's going to be a number between 1 and 4. So if the customer let me clean this up a bit. Where are we? So the way that this structure works is we set the variable for which customer we're dealing with. If it's customer 1, then we check to see if they're ready. If they're not ready, then we call the customer. If they are ready, which would be the else statement here, then we tell the customer that they want to order something, and we tell them what food they want to order. That is the end of the customer 1 scenario. We're not going to bother with an else directly for that customer. Instead, we're just going to go ahead and create, actually I can clean this up. There, cleaned out the else statement just to make it a little bit cleaner. The same control structure is in here. If it's customer 1, we do this stuff, that's it. Now I'm going to go ahead and use the next one. If the customer is customer 2, this is basically going to be the exact same thing we did before. And I added that extra bit again. Turn off extra conditions. Here we go. So if it is customer 2, then we are going to ask, is customer 2 ready? And if they're not, Then we call customer 2, and if they are, then we set new variable here, customer 2 food, and we're going to set it to a random value between 1 and 4. Again, the exact same process here. And yes, we are going to set control switch customer 2 order, meaning that customer 2 is ready to order and what food they want. So again, if it's customer 2, we see if they're ready. If they're not, we call the customer. If they are, then the customer has an order and they have something they want. Next up, if the customer we're talking about is customer 3, I keep forgetting that one little option there. I want to untick that for the first conditional just to keep it a little bit cleaner. So if customer number 3, wrong option there. Here we go. If customer number 3 is not ready, we want to call customer 3. If they are ready, we want to set customer 3 order, and set customer 3 food, which again is going to be a value between 1 and 4. We only have 4 options for things that they can order, so that makes it pretty obvious how this is going to play out. And then next up we have the last customer, customer number 4. Yeah, and I really need to get used to checking that checkbox. There we go. If customer number 4 is not ready, then we call them. Here we go, customer 4, call. If they are ready, we tell them that they have an order. And that they are going to be ordering whatever this value ends up being, which is going to be a random value between 1 and 4. And that's how we randomize this a little bit. So first up, for one thing, let me change this from 10 seconds to 5, simply because he's going to be doing this over and over and over again. And now what he's got is, in 5 seconds, he is going to pick a customer number, 1 through 4. If that customer is ready, in other words, they're already in their seat, then we're going to have them order a food, and the food that they're going to order is a random number 1 through 4, which corresponds to the food that we have on our menu. If they are not ready, then we are going to call them and have them show up and take their seat. So same basic concept as before. We're going to change this to boss for the name of this event. So we have, he's determining which customers are coming in. He's determining what it is they're going to eat, and when they're ready to eat. I actually should set this in here to wait until the order is unavailable. I really should do that because that makes it a bit cleaner. Yeah, further, the next stage of the event process is going to be actually setting this value to something else. So I'm going to have to add a third set of conditionals in here, which is if customer 1 order is off, we're going to grab these two lines and again drop that piece. So very simply, if the customer is not ready, call them. If they are ready, and they haven't ordered anything, then they have a new order. If they've already ordered something, we're going to keep that customer order switch as a state variable to track the state of the actual order. In other words, when the customer makes their order, when we receive it, to the time when we deliver it, we need to keep track of what that order was. And we're going to do that by keeping these two values the same until the order is delivered. So, let's see, customer 2 order. Customer 2 order is off. Then we're going to do, one day I'll remember to check that box. We're going to do these two things. Cut them, push them up here. Next up is customer 3. And again, check the little box. So the actual task is the same. We're just adding an extra condition in here. Customer 4 order is off. Turn off the box. There we go. Move these up here. There we go. So now we can set customer order switches in order to keep the state of the order in play until it's ready to to be delivered. So that is quite a bit of setup there, but this does make it a little bit easier. So we're going to go ahead and leave that there. Let me see. If I remember correctly, the lower event ID has the higher priority, which is okay, but we might need to swap that around. Well, that's okay. If we have to, we can swap it. Essentially what we're going to have is if customer 1 order is on, yeah, we're going to move this to if it's not on. Then customer 1 food. Customer 1 food is equal to food number 1. In this scenario, Let me edit this again. We're just going to do really simple conditionals here. This is this guy here, and he's going to say, let's see, food number 1, and this lady here. So we ask them what we can get for them. He orders some bread. We say right away. So that's if food is number 1. We can actually keep this in this branch here, which is if the order is set. If the food is equal to food number 2, we're pretty much just going to copy all this. Yeah, get rid of the branch. There we go. And edit this one, where instead of bread, he is now asking for chicken nuggets. And again, if the food is number 3, let me just copy and paste again. You will request some pizza. And finally, if the food is number 4, you will request a salad. And if he's not ready to order, we're going to change this from question marks to sorry, I'm not ready yet. So in other words, whenever he has something to order, he will tell us what it is. If he doesn't, he's going to just tell us that he's not ready yet. We're actually going to need to add another set of control switches for the order being placed. So that's what I'm going to do here is in all of these, add a new control switch. We're actually going to go to page 2 of our control switches now, and we're going to start with customer 1 placed. So this means that the order has been placed. Now we're actually going to copy that to all of these. We're going to leave this in here for now, just to keep that there. We're going to add a new event page here. Same kid, same as characters, all that stuff staying the same. But this is now going to be that the customer has placed the order. This is going to be dependent upon whether or not the item in the inventory is present. First, we need to match what it is that has been ordered. So in other words, at this point, the customer has an order, the customer has placed the order. We need to track what that order is. So if he has requested food number 1, then we check to see, this is another conditional, if bread is in the inventory. And if the bread is in the inventory, then bread is decreased by 1. Else, if the bread is not in the inventory, he asks, do you have my bread? To which we respond, sorry, not yet. Okay, if he does have the bread, here's your bread. Thank you. Then, let's see, do we have the ability to just make him wiggle in place? Yes, technically I could go with a move route. I'll just do a regular wait of 120 frames. So he's, taking some time at least to eat. And then we have the move route to get him out of the place. So that's going to be down 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then down 1. So turn down, step forward, turn right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn down, step forward, go transparent. Then we need to set the control switch for customer 1 ready to being off. It's probably going to hold on to that transparency effect if I don't turn it off again. So I'll turn it off before we exit. very simply, now we'll see which one of these takes over. We may have to wait a little while until customer 1 gets called, because these are not going to go in sequence quite yet. Okay, customer 1 was called. And number 3 was called. He is not ready yet. He is still not ready. He is still not ready. I should really put a visual cue on him when he's ready. Come on. Waiting around for the customer to be hungry. I really need to put exclamation marks on them when they're hungry. Waiting around for another 5 seconds. Ooh. Something's up. So, something glitched out there. So let's see what we got. First up, if this is on, we are going to go ahead and set a balloon icon on this event with an exclamation mark so that we know that he is ready to order. For some reason he was just kind of glitching there, so let's take a look. If he is ready to order, we get the balloon, we get all this stuff. So it works fine if he's not ready. Ah, that's why I did this wrong. This is the wrong variable. It's not RNG customer, it's customer 1 food. Yes, I do have issues keeping track of things at times. Changing this one to customer 1 food. That's why I didn't know what he wanted to give us, because we had nothing set for him. But now, might take a little while, we should have something. Now we sit around, wait for the customer. So the random order is working at least. What can I get for you? Can I have some chicken nuggets? Right away. We will now order some chicken nuggets. Yeah, that's... Yep. I messed up something on the second set of events. But the first set of events works. He orders it. I actually want to move all of this to a separate page. Here we go. Let's see what we got here. I did something stupid here. So if the order is placed, yep, I got this set to the wrong variable again. Customer 1 food. Oh, he does not have any of the rest of the stuff. Okay. We're going to copy this, we're going to paste it. Yeah, it's a huge, huge thing here. We're going to edit this to change the food to number 2. Number 2 is chicken nuggets. Here are your chicken nuggets. We're going to update this one again to food number 3, which is pizza. Decrease the pizza in the inventory. Deliver the pizza. And do you have my pizza? Finally, the last one left. Changing this to food number 4. The inventory item to salad. Oh. Decrease number of salads in inventory. Okay. I'm actually going to drop this page for now. Kind of want to separate the two events. I really do. We're going to go with this for now, because I do want to have the exclamation mark appearing dynamically. Right now it's waiting for me. does not help me at all, but let's see what we get. Here we go. Okay, he would like some pizza this time. So I shall order some pizza from the kitchen and see how he's doing. Okay, no, we do not have the pizza ready yet. So now I have picked up the pizza. It is in my inventory. We give him the pizza. And he leaves suddenly. Yeah, he's just kind of sitting there at the moment. But he ate the pizza. He's probably just going to glitch there for this whole time. But we'll see what happens. Nah, cool. There you go. So we do have to turn that transparency on. So the final stage of that whole process is kind of glitchy. So let's see what we can do. That's right. That's what was missing. His location is 310. Set event location 310. Actually, let me update this because I need to change his direction as well. Direction up. We're going to actually include turn up followed by weight 120 as part of the overall move. Drop the separate weight. The only problem is I'm going to have to set transparency off at the beginning of this. Which should be acceptable. And let me correct these changes on all the other ones as well. So remove the weight, have him turn up, weight 120, remove returning transparency, remove initial weight, have him turn up, weight 120. Yeah, so it takes him 2 seconds to eat, but that's okay. I know I'm missing a step in here, but I'll correct it in a little bit. Turn up, weight 120, remove transparency. Last piece that I'm missing, event location after customer off, which is event location, original location, facing up. Event location, Original location facing up. And event location. Original location facing up. So that should move him back to where he needs to go. And let's see if that's the case. So here we go. Customers. Nope, he is still not ready yet. This is the only problem. Because it's random, we could totally be getting events for 3 and 4 right now, and 1 is just kind of sitting here not doing anything. Well, while we wait, I'm going to go ahead and order all of the food so we have it. Yeah, he is still not ready to order anything. He would like some chicken nuggets. Good thing. That's exactly what I just ordered. So, I'm going to grab myself some bread, some chicken nuggets. I got bread and chicken nuggets. I'm going to go down and talk to him. Give him the chicken nuggets. He's going to eat it. He's going to walk away. And he's going to disappear. He has eaten the chicken nuggets. Now he should come back. Does he stay there or disappear? Ooh. You can't get there because the other event is still there. I think it's the timing on that last move. That should wait for it to complete. Why is he blocking him? I'm going to set this event, this customer through. This option has never worked for me before, but we'll give it one more try. In theory, this event should walk through anybody. There we go. Okay, he would like some bread this time. Let us order some bread. Grab us some bread. Here's your bread. Thank you. Runs off and goes poof. Now when he gets called to a seat again, this should allow him to go back to where he's supposed to go, because he won't be blocked by anything. If this works, I'll go ahead and apply it to the other customers as well. Hey, that almost worked. Almost. I know what went wrong there. First off, I forgot to unset customer placed, which I'm going to go ahead and set here. Customer 1 placed is now being set to off. That will reset this event. And because the first event, him being ready, is going to turn off the transparency, he should be good until we're ready to place the actual order again. Let me go ahead and add the through option on all of these, just because I don't want them to get stuck on anybody. And verifying it. Okay, customer 4 takes her seat. Customer 2 takes her seat. If I stand here, they should all... Okay, customer 1 takes his seat. Something happened. What can I get for you? I'd like some pizza right away. Do you have my pizza? No, I don't. Let me go and fetch pizza. So we take a look, and we have pizza. We give him his pizza. He eats it. He goes away. And he disappears. We wait for his event to be called again. He appears. For some reason, he still wants pizza. That's not good. Something's not getting caught. I think I know which switch that needs to be. At the end, placement is going in the right place. but it's not resetting the order. That's right, because I haven't turned it off. So again, I'm forgetting to turn off the control switch. We have to clear the entire state whenever we close out the event, which means customer ready, customer placed, and customer order all have to be cleared. Otherwise, he's just going to sit there forever waiting for his pizza. This should be the proper sequence of events this time. Let's see how he's doing in 5 seconds. He really likes that pizza today. And I ordered the wrong food. But I'll take it anyway. So I have in my inventory bread, but not pizza. So he does not want the bread, he wants the pizza. We give him his pizza, he eats it, he runs off. This time he does not have anything that he wants me to have. So this time he wants a salad. Cool. And off he goes now that he's eaten his salad. So clearing that does fix the order state issues. We just needed to clear all of the state variables to keep them all lined up. And now we wait for him to return. It's going to flicker. Ah, why is he invisible? He seems to be getting all the action at the moment. That's right, because the other guys already have their state set. So I just need to figure out why he's invisible to begin with. Because he shouldn't be. So I'm not closing out the state properly on some of these events. Transparent on. Shutting off vents, or the switches. Moving him back to his original location. That's all well and good. Fine, I will add the move route that turns off the transparency. Because that should be the last possible state that I'm not accounting for. I'm just going to sit here ordering all the food so I can grab it. You would like some pizza this time. Well, that's what I just ordered for him. Grab us some pizza, give him some pizza. He walks away. Yep. He is invisible again. Why is he invisible? Pizza's the only item I don't have in my inventory right now. Let's order us some pizza. We would like some pizza. Which we delivered super fast because we were already carrying it. So our little waitress here is magical. She can carry everything all at once. I know that he's here, but I can't talk to him. I think that's because he's set to instantiate whenever I talk to him. So I'm going to need to do something about that. That's what I was saying, that I'd like to get a parallel process of him just existing as a run-through, not actually doing anything, but just existing. It would probably glitch a bit whenever he goes to move around. But I'll leave that for another day. Because for today, we are done. We have successfully accomplished our goals. We've added item and inventory controls, so we can actually create items, put them into our character's inventory, and get rid of them again later whenever we go and deliver the order to the customer. We've also randomized the event triggers, so which customers are ready when is now variable, which foods they're ordering is now variable. All of that is nice and set. So with that, I'll go ahead and say good night.